Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video I'm showing you my newest custom, which is an Age of Apocalypse ICEMAN. This is for one of my returning customers who likes to have me design my own designs or my own character concepts, and so this is based on the Age of Apocalypse ICEMAN, but it's my own take on it. So I was pretty excited to do that. Age of Apocalypse ICEMAN is actually one of my favorite comic book character designs ever. Not so much some of the more out there designs where he's got all of the spiky things everywhere, but the more sleek looking, basically the one with the longer hair and the no face on there. There was a figure of it back in the 90s from Toy Biz, and that's what I kind of based this on, but I made it a lot more armored looking. I wanted to give him a lot more a bulk and heft, so I added all of this kind of plate work. I don't know what to call it, armor plating type of design throughout the ice rather than all of the spikes. First of all, I can't really put spikes on them everywhere and then expect them to be posable, so I couldn't do that. So I decided to go for a more armored look, and I was really pleased with how that turned out. I think it was a good look for the Age of Apocalypse ICEMAN. So he stands about 6.5 inches tall, and that's because he is the Marvel Legends Bucky cap underneath all of that. It's Bucky Cap. And so what I did for that was I left Bucky Cap basically exactly how he was, except I put new arms on him, new lower arms. So from the elbow down, those are constrictor arms. And then I just resculpted basically everything. If you can see it, I sculpted it. The only thing I didn't resculpt is the top part of the thighs right here. A little bit of the backs of the thighs, but even then I did resculpt them. The butt cheeks, didn't sculpt those, but I put the ice cracks on there. And the fingers. I did the tops of the hands, I put some ice plating on there, but I didn't resculpt the fingers because there's really no need. Everything else is sculpted. I sculpted everything, literally from the knees down. I added all of the plating on top of here. I sculpted the torso completely. Everything on the torso except for this little bit here and here is resculpted. So all the chest and the abs, and I made sure it carried through so you can pose him no problem at all. So that's all sculpted, and I had a heck of a lot of fun doing it because I like to do the sculpting stuff. It's just, most times the customs don't warrant a whole lot of sculpting, so I don't get to do that. And then the head, I resculpted literally all of the head, so it's not a resculpt, it's just a straight up sculpt. I wanted it to look like the 90s toy, wow, if I can talk. But I gave it my own little twist with the ice cracks going throughout, coming out from the eye areas and around the nose. Then on the jawline, and then the hair. I wanted to make the hair look a little more angular and I don't know, crystalline rather than flowy hair, but I wanted to give it a little bit of that more modern look that he has, so I kind of went with that. Put some armor around his neck, and I just kind of had fun with it. I just put the armor where I thought it would look good, and I made sure I saved as much articulation as possible. The arms are limited a little bit, but they still go up about halfway, and then you can still rotate them around and pose them however you want. So I think it was a pretty good balance of adding bulk without restricting the posability too much. And then same thing for the ankles. The Bucky cap ankles are pretty fat in the first place, so I had to really take those down and then resculpt everything on top of that. So that was kind of tricky to keep it somewhat slim, but I think the bulk kind of balanced out with that, so I was okay with it. And then the feet, he had really tiny feet, so I kind of had to work with that, but I think it gave him a nice overall balance. I'm really happy with it. And so what I did for the paint was, instead of painting it all black or all gray or anything, well, actually, let me back up a minute. I posted a photo on Facebook the other day, and everybody thought it was already painted. And that's because what I did was I painted the whole thing in gray so that I could see how the sculpt was coming along. And then once it was gray and I could see that I had all of the shapes the way I wanted them, that's when I added all of the cracking in afterwards. So that's why the cracks were white. You could see the sculpt coming through the paint. And when I took the photo and put it on Facebook, everybody thought it was already painted. It wasn't. That was just the gray, so I could see what I was doing. So then what I did was I painted everything completely solid blue, basically this color blue. A little not quite so vibrant. And then from there I dry brushed a custom blend of like a lighter blue with silver blended in, so it was kind of metallic, but it looked more like it was just glistening, kind of frost-like. But that was just very subtle metallic in that light blue. And then on top of that I used a a dry brush technique to give him this kind of frosted look on top of all of that. So hopefully the light's showing it, but if you get the right light on him, he's actually glistening. He does have a hint of metallic in there, but I didn't want him to look like metal. I needed it to look like little ice crystals. So that blend of the metallic blue with the white on top of it, I think achieved what I was going for. And then the cracks just give it a little bit extra character, which is not in any of the designs I've ever seen. I kind of just thought it looked cool, so I did it, and I'm perfectly pleased. I'm pleased as punch, as they say, with how that turned out. So you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will go ahead and post some photos here at the end, so you can see what he looks like posed up, and I think that'll do it, guys. So there it is. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.